Let's get you more on this. Bring in political reporter Natasha Phiri, who's also watching developments around the passing of former Deputy President David Mabuza. Natasha, what more do we know at this stage about the circumstances of David Mabuza's death? We know he had battled or struggled with his health for many years, but what ultimately led to his demise?
Well, thank you so much, Tembegile, and of course to our SABC News viewers. Like you've correctly put it and cited there that, it may have appeared as if, he was not well. You mentioned the issue of, him being in and out of hospital, even taking long trips to Russia as he was the deputy president at some point because of, his health. So it seems, apparently his death may have centered actually, around that. Of course, it still is coming as a shock, not only to us members of the media, the general public, those from his political home as well. But of course, the family and those from the ANC will probably give us more details later on as members of the media.
And let's go back a few steps, Natasha. Talk to the last time, in fact, that David Mabuza was seen out and about. He was in the Western Cape, if I recall correctly, on the campaign trail with the ANC. What do we remember from that time?
Well, my personal interactions with him were actually last year on the 9th of May when he was campaigning in Alexandra Township. And Tembegile, we spent the whole day with the Deputy President there. We literally walked from the 8th Avenue to 17th Avenue in Alexandra, then proceeded to other parts like East Bank and Tsutsumane. And of course, he was very excited, very confident, and, had also rallied his support around the ANC, more specifically here, Banyaza Lusufe, who at that time was the chair of the ANC in the province, urging the community of Alexandra to vote for the ANC. I remember we did ask him where he was, and he had said that he has taken time, to spend with his family, reconnect with them, and relax as well. At that time, he seemed very fit as a fiddle. And of course, like you've correctly cited and mentioned, we saw him throughout the campaign trail. But the last time I caught a glimpse of him was actually at the inauguration last year in June.
And David Mabuza attracted a lot of conversation, be it praise, as we're hearing a lot of this evening. There was also controversy along the line as well. At some point, I recall him winning a defamation case against someone who'd accused him of orchestrating political killings in Mpumalanga. He won that defamation matter. But today, when we look at the reflections, what is the general sense from the various echoes or various spheres, in fact, be it politics, business, etc.?
Well, a lot of people, Tembegile had actually described him as a selfless man. Those from COSATU, as you know, that he was also, at some point in his life, he had actually chaired SATU, which is an affiliate of COSATU. Matthew Parks saying that he was selfless. Various other political parties like Rise and Zansi, like the ACDP, coming through and saying that, listen, he was a very selfless man, one that was actually devoted to the country. You would remember he was also SANEC chair. We are expected to get, those reactions coming in. Also be interesting to actually get reactions from Azapo, as well as, for those who don't know, he actually cut his teeth into politics around his 20s and actually joined Azapo first. So it'd be interesting to actually get those reactions from Azapo, from the PAC, as he comes from that school of thought of, black consciousness, but really a man who was described as loyal to his movement, who wanted unity and the greater good of South Africans. But of course, we are on top of this story. We'll be getting more reactions as the day and as the hours progress, Tembegile.
And just before you go, Natasha, there's no understating how influential David Mabuza was in politics in the ANC, be it from his home province in Mpumalanga or even nationally, because he even basically helped Cyril Ramaphosa win one of the ANC conferences and is largely credited with the makeup that we have to a degree of the ANC leadership now and possibly even some elements of the government.
Definitely, and I think you and I shared that light moment of talking about the 2017 conference. Remember when he was still at the helm of the ANC in Mpumalanga in 2017. We went, to Mpumalanga. At that time, I worked for another organization. But of course, who could forget that moment where he spoke about the unity votes, and then we went to the Nasrec conference, played an instrumental role in ensuring that President Cyril Ramaphosa was at the helm of the ANC, and him himself coming in as second in command of the party.
And who can forget his role in what was dubbed the Premier League in the ANC. David Mabuza from Mpumalanga, Ace Magashule, then Premier of the Free State, and Supra Mahumapelo, who led the party in the Northwest at the time. Natasha, thank you very much for that. SABC News politics reporter.